What is up, Instagram? Kristen Lee back at it again.
YouTube.
What's up, YouTube? Back at it again. And Facebook is going. Nice.
All right, so we got some good stuff going on.
Do we?
I think so.
Well, we had our 30-year anniversary of the Northridge earthquake today.
30 years ago.
30 years since Northridge shook at 6.7.
That's a crazy, powerful earthquake.
Is it?
I think so.
Is it? So the San Francisco earthquake is probably the biggest one that I ever expected, and that's when the Bay Bridge collapsed. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And that was a 7. It centered in San Francisco, and my grandma's mirror fell off the wall. Like
wow.
A huge mirror, like a whole wall mirror just psh.
Well, for those of us who aren't familiar with the distance between your grandma's house and San Francisco, you probably should clear that part up.
Nah, keep wondering. Well, that is a good point. It's far. San Francisco is a 5.5, 6 hour drive from where we live. So it's probably, what is that? 400 miles? 300 miles? I don't know. But it's far. And a 7 hit in San Francisco? What?
The camera's picking up my shirt. Weird. Check that out. See it?
You can get a lot of calls from these dudes
I guess,
today.
Right?
They're going to be like,
They're
ooh,
gonna be like, I hate you. I hate the way you dress, and you're collapsing our economy. What are rates today? Pull up the rates, man.
I'm talking about earthquakes.
You are talking about earthquakes, but I want to talk about interest rates and how to get these people
no one cares about
a new house.
No one cares about it. Do you guys care about
They
interest
want to
rates?
buy a house in 2024. That's why they tune into us. They don't.
Then
tune
is
us
it
to
relevant what the rate
They
is then?
don't tune into
Does
us
it matter?
to find out about earthquakes.
Yes,
they want to know what the interest rates are.
I beg to differ.
And some people want to hate on my shirt. And they think that you and I are collapsing the economy individually. We're doing it ourselves without any help from anybody.
We're not?
Nope, nobody helps.
Damn it.
Nobody helps us.
Damn it. What?
Rates today, 5 point. Oh, they went up.
We're on the up.
No, they went up. They went up,
For
right?
the govies.
They went up a little bit today. 15-year fix, 5.25. That's conventional. That's what it's been. 5.875. That's a little higher than it's been, right?
A little bit.
It's been 5.75.
A little bit.
30-year fixed FHA, 5.5. That's up from 5.375. 5.375 for the last probably week or 10 days. And then today it's 5.5 and a VA, 5.5.
Is that going to stop you guys?
Is that going to stop you? So this is an eighth of a point. Not a lot of movement, but enough to change the trajectory of the market. Right? What do you got? Where are you guys at? Where are you from? What kind of questions do you have? Are you looking to buy a house? Is it a good time to buy the house? Should we file taxes quickly? By the way, don't file till after January 31st. Do we help out of state? Out of state. Depends on what you mean out of state.
California.
Yeah, out of California, yes. We help anywhere except New York. Every state we're licensed in except New York. So it's not coming up weird there, but it is coming up weird over there.
Yeah. What's up, Mal Vallejo? Freak521.
Freak521, man. Somebody thought about that. I said, yeah, you know what? I want to put freak in my email address.
This person's name is Gwendy Williams.
Gwendy. What's up, Wendy? Gwendy.
What about Baby B?
Caliber J, where are you out of?
Freddie
We appreciate you guys on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We got somebody on all of them. I appreciate all of you guys. Where are you at? What city and state? What questions do you have? When do you want to buy the house? Are you looking to use a down payment assistance program? Do you believe there's aliens in Miami? Cool. Yeah.
When getting pre-qualified, when do they take out the down payment? Ask X-rated.
What happens is you go into escrow and you put the money in escrow, and then when they close, everybody gets paid at once. So the down payment starts the process, and escrow finalizes it for you.
Is that right?
Yeah. What do we got? We got people on everything.
Got to feel them, man. Got to feel them. Caliber J, first-time home buyer for me and my wife.
Well, Caliber J, there's a lot of programs out there for you. Biggest piece of advice right now: do some research. Watch us. Watch our videos. If you watch our videos, like we've been doing it for like years now. If you just watch our videos, they're little like 10-second clips, 20-second clips. And they're just little guidelines here, questions throughout the years. And the knowledge that we put down is pretty consistent because we usually quote guidelines. We try not to quote rates because rates move all over the place. But sometimes we get caught in a rate scenario where somebody's like, hey, how much can I buy with this much income? So it's always depending on rates. Rates are a very big factor in how much money you can buy or how much house you can buy.
Brando from NC, North Carolina, that is.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
All right.
If I bought a FSBO, that's for sale by owner, home, means he owns a home, will I still qualify as a first-time home buyer? So those words I just said explains it all. You already own a home. You are not a first-time home buyer. But the good news is you don't really lose anything. I mean, literally, you don't really lose anything. There's only a couple of different programs, and those couple programs are only off by 0.5% on the down payment. So the good news is, although you're not a first-time home buyer, you can still take advantage of some other programs that are available with low down payments.
And a lot of people think first-time home buyer for FHA, you have to get 3.5% down. That's everybody. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer for FHA.
Okay.
It does have to be your primary residence, though.
Caliber J just needs guidance, man.
Yeah, well, we're here to guide you, man. We're here like we're bumper rails when you go bowling for the first time. And you know how you throw the ball and then you hit the bumper rail and then you hit the bumper rail and then you strike? Well, we're kind of the bumper rails. We'll teach you the stuff and we'll do your loan. If you want a skilled loan officer, we're your guy.
So when it comes to getting started, this is your first stop, guys. This is your very first stop. If you already have a real estate agent, push them aside for a second because you need to get pre-qualified. You need to see where you stand. And if you don't have an agent, we'll definitely introduce you to a great one wherever you're at across the nation. Should I get an LLC to buy more properties?
What do you call those? Colon? Semicolon? No, that's a colon. So that's quad colon?
Black circle quad colon.
Black circle quad colon. We're giving you a name. Black circle quad colon. Should I get an LLC to buy more properties? Depends how much money you have. If you're like a normal person, everyday person, you're working for a living, you make $60,000 to $200,000 a year, the LLC is not going to do you any good because you have to buy it in your own name anyway if you're going FHA, VA, USDA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or any of the normal loan programs. You have to buy it in your own name. So the LLC is it's nothing. But if you happen to be making like $20 million a year and you want to buy a bunch of properties and you want to limit the liability, then probably a limited liability corporation is a good idea in that respect. That being said, wow, that was weird. That being said, they won't finance an LLC with regular FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, VA, USDA, and those types of loans. So
I think what you're saying is once it becomes a big player, then LLC. But until then, just get in your house if you can. Pistol, what is that? PS5 for life?
PS5
for life.
Dude, for life. Don't worry about PS6. We don't even talk about it, man.
I don't care if you're on 8.
We don't even talk about 6. PS5 for life, man. Shoot.
How many investment properties have you guys done? Just curious. Done personal purchase or done like actually funded loans?
Funded loans too many to count over the last,
way too many.
But personally, we have investment properties,
Are there programs that cover closing costs and add first-time home buyer?
Yes, Caliber J, there are. Actually, there's one, I think you said you're in California. If you're in California, we have the CalHAFA program. And CalHAFA occasionally comes out with something called the ZIP program. So CalHAFA allows you to get 3% down, but then the ZIP allows you another 2% on top of that for a total of 5%. So that 5% can usually cover the 3.5% on the FHA chassis that it rides on and the closing costs. So sometimes they exist. So that's what it is.
I want to expand on that. We actually just got a new program.
Okay, cool.
It's called the Pathway 100.
What?
It's specific to New American Funding here.
Okay.
And it is an FHA loan.
Okay.
But it will give you 3.5 or 5% towards down payment and closing costs.
Check the count right now.
And it will not minimize or reduce the amount you can purchase like CalHAFA does.
So what he just said is FHA, if it's a NAF program, it's a proprietary program, which means other banks don't offer it. So the banks, in order to compete, they use their own money, they pile it all up, and they say, hey, listen, we're putting out a proprietary product, which means no other bank has it. And because they're using their own money, they get to set the guidelines. So these are pretty intense programs that just came out. This one just came out. We got notified it at today's morning meeting. And we got, wait a minute. Wait. This is a little different. And you get, I remember them saying you get a forgivable second, or you get a second that you can pay back, silent second. And then the way you pay it back is either IO, interest only with a balloon in 10 years, or an amortized over 10 years. So this is a proprietary product for New American Funding. It's pretty intense. We just learned about it this morning. Sorry.
And the other side of it is...
Didn't mean to interrupt you.
The other side of it is... It's a gift.
What?
Yep. So as long as you make your payments, your first 60 payments on time, I think it's 5 years worth of payments.
Okay.
On time, it's forgiven.
Okay, cool.
It's forgiven. And there's more to it, man.
Well, tell me more.
To it.
Tell me
you
more.
only need a 620
Everybody
FICO score.
wants to know.
You only need a 620 FICO score.
620.
620. So when you do down payment assistance, let's say that we qualified you for $500,000. What would you be qualified for down payment assistance if $500,000 is traditional?
Dude, if I go with the Dream for All program, I can get 100 G's. Right now, 100 G's. But if I went with a CalHAFA, 3.5%. Well,
No.
They're both CalHAFA.
I'm saying if you're regular qualified for 500, and you were forced to go with the down payment assistance, where does that 500 go down to?
Probably 420.
Okay, so with this program I'm talking about right now, you stay at 500.
What?
You stay at 500.
Say what?
So this is revolutionary, guys. There's
That
down
can't
payment
be right.
assistance programs across the nation, but this particular one gives you more benefits. So
That
if you guys
can't
need
be right.
down payment, you need to call us soon.
Soon. That can't be right. That can't be right.
It is right.
So this is again, New American Funding product, which means all loans live off of, not all loans. Most loans are FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac conventional, but occasionally the bank says, hey, I got this whole bunch of money. And on this whole bunch of money, I'd like to create a proprietary product. And they create a proprietary product, and then they offer it only to these people. And that happens when we do it. It's pretty exciting. We have one called a NAF Cash program. NAF Cash program is amazing for one simple reason. You gotta be shitting me. If you NAF Cash, you can get pre-underwritten and then use the bank's cash to buy the house. You literally walk in and buy that cash. No, don't close that. You have to log in, hit sign in. You have to you literally give it to me. Tell me about NAF Cash.
Okay, here's NAF Cash, guys. It is absolutely 100% a very unique program here only at New American Funding. Here's what we do. We get you qualified. So same process of getting qualified. You give us your taxes, W-2s, paycheck stubs, have good credit. We get you qualified. Cool, you're pre-qualified. Then we send you fireworks.
We got fireworks.
I'd like to thank the millions of my fans. Okay.
We have millions of fans.
Once you're qualified, you then go into underwriting, and the underwriter says, of course they can buy this house. Then we send you to the NAF Cash department, and NAF Cash does their due diligence and says, yes, we approve them for NAF Cash. So now what that means is you can now put cash offers in. So what will happen this next step is your agent will get a cash offer from our bank, and they will put in cash offers. Why is this beneficial? Because when you're putting in offers, and let's say that there's 10 people putting an offer on this house, your cash offer floats to the top because cash is king. Cash doesn't have delays. Cash doesn't fall through. Cash will close way faster than a finance program. So you get to put in an offer in cash. Now let's say that they say, well, take your cash offer. That closes in a couple weeks. Then you do your financing. So what you've done is you've beat out 9 other people with a cash offer, got the home of your dreams, and you're using the same financial terms. Meaning we got you pre-qualified with a 5.375 interest rate, 30-year fix, no funny business, and you get that same loan. So it gives you an upper hand advantage when you're putting in offers, and this is how many of our clients are getting into houses instead of using regular banks. Because when they see a regular bank, they're like, I don't want to deal with them. Cash, offer accepted. So that could be you guys. That could be you.
So what's the catch? They say, what's the catch? Well, the catch is simple. You got to use New American Funding. That's it. It's the bank's way of being able to compete in the market, because it's a very competitive market, like really competitive market. We lost a lot. I don't know what happened.
Oh, we got it. We got it. Okay. So a couple more here. Caliber J, when getting pre-qualified, got you. Anna Ramirez, can you please repeat the information? What information, Anna?
Yeah, what information, Anna? We want to help you out. We want to help you.
And then Brandon says, what will be considered in figuring my debt to income ratio?
So we have to figure out your income and then your debt. And then we figure out the ratio. And that's it.
Boom.
Yeah, see how simple that was?
ASEA 32. I'm going through the process right now in New York.
In New York, we'd love to help you in New York.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, we don't.
Happy for you.
The only state we don't do loans in is New York, but we will still give you guidance. We will guide you.
Ellen Neck says peanut mortgage.
More game? I don't know. Whatever. Peanut. Okay.
Alyssa, what are the catches?
What are the catches? Well, the catch to the NAF proprietary products are you have to use NAF. That's it. It's the banking business is a very competitive business, and sometimes they had this one made me nauseous, but I think it was Wells Fargo or Bank of America that came out with a
brown loan.
Yes. Yes, they were doing it of people of color. Was it brown? Was
I
it
think
brown?
that's more racist
Oh
than
my
anything.
God!
Hey, this one's for y'all.
Tell them. I can't even say it.
Hey,
Just
these
say
other
it.
loans, those are for those people, but these
Yeah.
ones are for you guys.
Piss me off, man. I'm sitting there going, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding
Let
me.
me see if I can find
They,
it.
yeah, they have. I think it's Bank of America. Is it Bank of America?
Yeah.
Bank of America came out with a loan that is for, I'm gonna say minorities, and which I think is illegal, and I hope somebody sues them. Because you shouldn't be able to see. When I do a loan, people are like, hey, you might be prejudiced. I'm not prejudiced to anybody. I don't care. I want to make a commission. I want to close a loan and make a commission. I want to get you your house and make my bank account fatter. So I don't really care what color, race. I don't care if you're purple. I don't care. But for some reason, Bank of America said, hey, listen, we're going to go after people of color and we're going to give them a special loan. And in my brain, I'm like, oh, there's two types. And that's pro and anti, but they're both bad. Just blind. I'm mad that they even asked the question. I have to ask the question. And you know what? In loan officer school, they taught me, hey, listen, if your client refuses to answer the question, you must gauge upon visual appearance. And I'm like, I can't do this, man. There's a few parts of this that I'm kind of embarrassed about in the process. And when they go through and they ask you, hey, listen, are you Hispanic? Yes. What kind of Hispanic are you? Are you a white Hispanic or a black Hispanic? And I'm like, I don't even know how to answer that. But anyway, for some reason, they keep those numbers.
So here's the okay. So from
We're
our
gonna
side,
get banned.
from our
We're
side,
gonna get banned again.
from our side,
Right.
We're just trying to do a loan, right?
Yeah.
And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it doesn't work, we give you the advice. If it works, you go buy a house, that type of thing. And then you get these stats from like your politicians that say, only this many people are getting approved of this color, and this people are getting approved, and these people aren't getting houses. Okay, so there's that piece which makes society think that we are making this call. Okay, there's that. Then you have Bank of America that's like, no, we're not going to stand for this. Brown people get loans
And
from
it's
us
just
now.
mind blowing.
And it makes it worse.
Mind blowing. It pisses
Well,
me off.
It makes it worse because people, the viewers, think that there's actually a racial thing going on in the back office when there isn't.
No, I'm telling you, we're on the front line doing the loans. We don't care. We don't care which box we tick. We want the loan to fund. And the loan funds when the debt to income is right, the loan to value is right, and the FICO score is right. That's it. Sorry, got on a tangent.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Thank you for sharing the live. We appreciate the balloons. Heart us up. Let the algorithm know that we're trying to get you a house. We're trying to give you a net worth in 2024 that's bigger than it was in 2023 by getting into a house and allowing appreciation. That's what we're trying to do.
Horses Gurlich. I'm 22 years old and bought my house cash, and I have no mortgage. Nothing.
Horses. Good job. If you can buy your house cash, I recommend it. Anybody walking around with $600,000, $800,000 that can just write a check, big fan.
Anna Ramirez said about the LISN.
L-I-N.
What are those?
I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
You're welcome, AESA32. Hammer one out. All right. Can I refi a seller carry into a DSR? It's a VRBO property.
Man, there's
Can
a
you add
lot.
some more acronyms in there?
Can you throw a couple more acronyms?
FYI.
Yeah. FYI.
WTF.
And dude, WTF? Well, that's fun. You
OMG.
want to have some fun? Just tell your grandma.
OMG.
Tell your grandma, say WTF is, well, that's fun. And then she'll just put, well, that's fun. That's fun on everything. So.
Whiskey Fox.
I know. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. So, I refi a seller care into a DSCR? So the answer is maybe if it debt services, and then if it debt services, then your VRBO, that's a whole different thing. So maybe there's a lot of different things going on there, but maybe. How about that?
Cool. I will follow up with you guys when I'm ready, when I pay off some debts at Caliber J.
Caliber J, we're going to be here for you. We're in this thing for the long haul.
Brando. So if most of my debt will pay off this year, will that make my DTI ratio better? Possibly hurt it? Or possibly hurt it?
Brando, if you are paying off a collection, sometimes that can hurt your credit score. But by and large, if you're paying your debts on time, you should keep your revolving debt at below 30% usage. That's credit cards, so don't use any more than 30% of what you're available to use. And then here's an important one. If you have a car and it's an installment loan, installment means there's an end, revolving means there's no end. So if it's an installment loan and it's a car, if you have 10 months or less, I can ignore it. I can just say, hey, that $900 a month, I can pretend like it doesn't exist and get you more house.
And when you pay off your credit cards, don't close them.
Yep.
Don't close them.
Don't close them.
Just maintain them. X-rated. Once I get pre-qualified, how much time do I have to find a home?
About 24 seconds.
Starting now.
Go. No, it's about, they're 90 days. Their pre-quals are written for 90 days. But the truth is, any material change, like if you got another job, or if you didn't pay a bill, or if you got an income increase, or you won the lottery, anything like that can change it. But by and large, 90 days, and then I have to refresh everything. I have to repull credit to make sure none of that stuff happened. Check your income again, and we're good to go as long as you need to get the house.
Are you going to wear that shirt?
Yeah.
What is the rent-free letter? They're asking for it. Ooh, B's and underwriting. They're
Go,
asking for conditions.
go.
They're asking for conditions.
I know.
Rent-free letter just means that you live there rent-free. That's all they're saying. The underwriter says, I want to approve this. There's this one piece that I'm not so clear on, so just confirm that you don't pay rent. We're good to go.
So your girlfriend says that you don't pay rent, huh?
My girlfriend?
Prove it.
Your girlfriend?
Prove it.
Whose girlfriend?
Prove it. Prove it. Write the letter. That's it.
Okay. Egas, Anna, user, thank you for the following. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Heart it up. Let the algorithm know that we are trying to help you get a house. Give us balloons, hats, mustache. Put a hat on this guy. Put hair on him if you want to. Whatever you want to do. Cool.
Brush his teeth.
Brush my teeth.
Hello, gentlemen.
What?
Just
All right,
completed an ADU on my property. How long before the value can show on an appraisal? Asked Vote for Pedro.
As long as you did it via the city immediately, because you had to pull permits. You had to go through the city and make sure everything was good. And when you call the appraiser, you get to go, hey, I need you to appraise this too. And he has to, because it's in there the right way. But your property taxes could go up too. Don't forget that part.
Yeah.
Your property taxes can go up a lot.
Anna Ramirez, she was talking about the loan. Anna, ask the whole question and we'll get you an answer, I promise. User, I bet Lee is being paid by George Soros to say those things about checking boxes.
All right.
He's very George Soros.
Dude, I know. Big time on George Soros. I wish I was, because George Soros would write a big check. Yeah, I hope, but I'm not.
All right, commercial time.
All right, cool. If you need a badass loan, call Badass Loan Officer. You can get a badass loan officer by screenshotting the phone numbers here and then texting after the live. Or you could even call. We'll answer the phone. Anyway, this is going to disappear via special effects in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gone.
Boom. Magical.
Is it better to buy single or married? Ooh, Adrian Jordan. That's a question for...
Do you want to lose half of it?
Yeah. So...
Depending on the state you live in.
What?
Depending on the state you live in.
More than that. So if you guys both make an income, then we want to use both of your incomes. The only time I can see where it's a benefit is if you're a veteran. Because if you're a veteran, you can use the VA loan and put your spouse on it. And if you're a veteran, you cannot do the VA loan and put your girlfriend on it unless you put 25% down of your girlfriend's half. It's a little weird, but that's the only real reason. Can you think of one?
To be single or married?
Yeah.
So
What's
if
the
you're
differences?
okay, so let's say you're about to get married, and let's say that your I'm gonna go to this side. Your spouse's credit is not so good. Actually, no. Let's go a whole different route. Let's say that your spouse's credit is fantastic, but has a lot of debt, and that's going to bring you down. So if you don't get married and you're in a community property state,
don't bring me.
It'll be beneficial. But if it's the reverse case, then you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Myra Medina said bad credit. I don't know what that means. George Reese, do bad credit card charge-offs hurt getting a home? So the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Because what happened is you had a credit card and you didn't pay it. So they charged it off, which means you went with rolling lates for a few, maybe 2 months, maybe 24 months. I don't know. But yes, it could be bad. If it's old, you can get it removed. But a charge off also means that you don't need to do anything with it. It just stays.
And
So,
when we pull your file, if you have bad credit, I usually tell people this, and I try to be as nice as I can, but you earned it. You earned that 512 FICO. You didn't pay your bills on time. They don't just give it to you. It's not arbitrary. You have to have created a history, and it's not going to go away for 10 years unless you hire a debt repair company and they make it disappear, and there's ways to do it. But you earned that credit score, and that's why the banks use it. They use it not because they're against you. Nobody's against you. Nobody cares. If you did everything on time, you paid everything on time, then you'll have a high credit score. If you defaulted on somebody who lent you money, you'll have a low credit score. So then you can't go to another person and say, hey, trust me, bro, I'm good. Yeah, but you have a 512 FICO. Why? Because you earned it.
And here's the other thing. We help people with less than perfect credit all the time, so don't let that stop you.
Yeah.
Okay. Dark catfish. How can I get started? What is NACA?
NACA. Talk about NACA.
NACA is a down payment assistance program.
And a fun word to say.
NACA.
NACA.
So it's a down payment assistance program. It's one of those specialty programs that's separate from a bank. I don't know a lot of details about it, but I do know this. There's a million programs out there, and most of them are the same. And if you're looking for down payment assistance, we got you. We got a lot of programs. We even got one that we just talked about earlier today. It's brand new to us. It has it takes away a lot of the limitations that down payment assistance already has, including NACA. So call us if you're interested.
Are you able to work with victims of identity theft working to clean up their credit? So if you are, so we don't do credit cleanup, but we will do a loan. And if you've had identity theft, we do put extra documents through to an underwriter to let them know. We have funded many loans with people that have identity theft, but we have to show that it's in the process of being cleaned up. So we do loans. We have done them with identity. We don't help you clean it up. That's just so you know.
Caliber J, this is a great question. Does it hurt to go through the process, or should I wait to pay some debts? Credit cards, cars, loans, about 45. So the answer is you should do it now. Always do it now. Always do it now. It's not going to impact you negatively. We'll figure out the challenges if there's any. We'll send you down the right path of solution. So always now. Even if you're going to buy a year from now, do it now. Do it now. Man, these people are asking questions. Thank you, guys.
Good stuff. Hey, appreciate you on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. We're trying to get to all your questions. We're going to try and help you buy a house in 2024. Cool.
Walter said child tax credit. Don't know what that means.
I do.
What does it mean?
Well, right now, the Congress is trying to pass a larger child tax credit, but they won't be able to do it before January 31st. You can actually start filing your taxes. I think it's the 21st or 22nd. But if the bill hasn't been passed yet, then you can't get the child tax credit. So you should wait till after January to even consider filing if you've got kids for child tax credit.
Will it
reasons.
go into effect for 23 taxes?
It will go into effect for 23 taxes. It's going to be retro.
News.
Yeah, it's going to be retro.
Thank you, Robert. I didn't know that. Now I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
Yours truly, Graciela. I live in Illinois. Taxes filed together. Can I buy a multi-unit property and my husband are single-family property?
You missed those online job work. How does the online job work?
You go ahead, man.
Dude, how's the online job work? You just show 2 years of income, and it's just like any other job. Now, I'm happy.
No, I think he means this.
Oh, dude, what'd you just do again? You did it again.
I'm a doer. That's why.
All right. So we're
side hustle.
Yeah, we're working on a side hustle. We actually do this side hustle. The reason we did it is because we helped somebody do a loan a while back. They told us about the side hustle. We didn't believe it worked. So we went in, we invested in it. We've done the process. It's called the Roadmap to Riches. It's a pretty intense situation. It's not easy. It's not set and forget it. But if you're willing to do the side hustle, you can make money. We have made money. We have profited. It's not our primary work, but follow these accounts and we'll teach you about that on a different topic.
Screenshot them. This is only on TikTok.
Cool.
All right. So, yours truly, Graciela. Back to you. Live in Illinois. File taxes with her husband. Can you buy a multi-property for her and her husband a single property? The answer is yes. You can do it all. You just have to make enough money. You have to make enough money. So it's a debt to income ratio situation. So if you can make enough money, you can do it all. The answer is yes. Mariana, is it good to pay collections?
Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. If it's an old collection, if it's 5 years old. Ooh, we got hats, dude. We got hats. Somebody sent us hats. Thank you for
I
the
don't
hats
see no
and the
hat.
mustache. There was a hat there a minute ago. Hat and a mustache. Dude, you look better with a hat on. So, if you
look
have
better
an
with my iPhone
old
watch.
collection and it's
Dang,
5
you're
years
good looking.
old, then it's an old collection
Not
and it
anymore.
doesn't get a lot of weight in the algorithm. But if you pay it, it makes it a recent collection. And now it gets a lot of weight in the algorithm. The better move is to do something. You call them up and you say, hey, do it in a very cool voice like Darth Vader. I would like. No, that's not a good Darth Vader voice. I can't do it. Yeah, okay. You tell them, hey, I'm willing to pay you if you delete it. It's called pay for deletion letter. You pay them, they delete it, it's gone, it never existed, your credit goes up.
Jordan Reese, my FICO is 635.
Congratulations, Jordan.
Yay!
That's good. Very good.
User down payment assistance programs only used by liberals.
Yes.
Mainly.
Yes.
Yours truly, Graciela. What are the guidelines to qualify for down payment assistance?
640 or better FICO. 660.
No, not anymore, man.
What do you got?
620.
We
I
have a
just said
620
it this
FICO.
morning.
We got a
It's
620. That's right.
New.
Brand new program through New American Funding, 620.
Yeah.
Just message you all. Dude, you moved it. Just message you all. Dark Catfish. Yay!
Dark Catfish in the house.
We'll talk to you a little bit later. Cool.
Lily Mendoza. What if my credit score is an 800 but have no income? Husband's in the 600s, has high income.
Lily, we got a little bit of a dilemma here.
I don't think so.
800 is amazing. 600 is because all the conventional programs, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, start at 620.
Dude, he's making all the money.
We
He ain't
can't
got time
do.
to be
We
paying
can't.
bills.
I know. We ain't got no time to pay no bills.
He's making all the money.
I'm making cheddar.
busy. Leave him
I got
alone.
the cheddar going. So there's programs we can do what's called blended credit, and so Robert sent us the hats.
What's
See?
up, Robert?
He sent us
Thank you,
hats, man. Robert sent us hats. Thank you, Robert. So we can do something called blended credit, and sometimes it's better for you, and sometimes it's not, and we'd have to put the whole file together in order to figure out whether or not we should do that. If he's making a lot of money, it may be a good idea just to run it through the simulator, and we can tell you, hey, pay this one down, transfer the balance, and your credit score will go up 100 points. We can do that sometimes. And there's another hack. If you add him to one of your credit cards that's been around for a long time, he will adopt your credit card payment and the history, and we can make his score go up 40 to 100 points.
Almost overnight.
Yeah.
All right. Kanali. How much down payment is required when you're approved for $600,000 and you find a home for $620,000? So if you're pre-qualified for $600,000 and you want to buy a $620,000 house, you're probably coming out of pocket an additional $20,000.
And you're most of
Probably.
America. Most of
And-
America is qualified for 600.
But they want 620.
They want a 620 house.
But here's the good news.
Yeah.
Here's the good news. Call us. We got a lot of tricks up our sleeves. We might be able to nudge that DTI down a little bit to get you that 620, and you don't have to come out of pocket.
Right.
So call us. Let's get a second opinion.
Lender said 17%.
For what?
Down payment, interest rate. Interest rate's illegal. Down payment's pretty high.
Oh, okay. That's what she's saying. She's saying
Okay.
that my down payment was here, but now I got to put 17% to go to 620.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Got it.
So call us. We'll give you a second opinion.
All right.
How much is the simulator?
If you're trying to get a house with us, you don't pay for it. We pay for the software. The bank does, not me. But the bank pays for the software. Software is very expensive. But we pull your credit. We do have to pull your credit. There's no way for us to just, hey, trust me, bro. That's my credit. Now make it better. No, we have to pull your credit. And then we run through the simulator. And quite frankly, every time we run it, I think it costs $25 because we say, if we pay this off and we pay this off, what will the credit score be? If we pay this off and we pay this off, what will the credit score be? And I think it's $25 every single time. The bank pays it, not us.
Should we pay off our debts before starting the home buying process?
No!
Ask EMDV1.
No! Sometimes it's better to use that money to do different things.
You're welcome, Lily.
Yep.
Logan, credit score with 20% down.
Yes, do it.
All right. Flip Ornelius.
You can do up to 500 FICO score, Logan, if that's what you're asking. 500 FICO score, you'll need 10% or greater on an FHA.
Is there a different process when trying to buy a house out of state?
It's the same process anywhere. It's a little bit different guideline. If you're trying to buy, I own, when I first bought my house in Texas, it was my second home. So it's a different process. I had to prove that I was going to be going there, and I have to prove that I can pay both my primary mortgage and my second mortgage and whatever. So, and then when I flipped it to primary residence, it changes again. So there is it's just underwriting. We just figured it out.
You're welcome, Logan. You're welcome, Anna. X-Rated asked if I have $6,000 saved and get pre-qualified, could I put another $4K before closing?
Yes.
You can always pay more debt.
You could always put more money down. For some reason, people like a lot of money for some reason. We don't know why, but they do.
You're welcome, Flip.
All right, cool. What do we got over here? Anything over here?
believe it.
Any questions over there?
Navy Mom said, hey, guys.
What's up?
What's going on, Navy Mom? Where you at today?
Where are you at today? She's touring the nation. For 3 years straight, we toured the nation. Beastie Boys. We get through, we need a vacation. All right, that's all I got. Yeah.
Wait, who was that? Who sang that? Was that Beastie Boys?
I don't think so.
Who was that?
I don't
Two
know.
Live Crew?
No, maybe Beastie Boys.
All right, Mariana, what if I didn't work for 2 years? Can I get a house? Is there a program?
Maybe, Mariana. Maybe.
So
maybe.
A 2-year gap, or you're still unemployed?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Everything is based off of income. So if you didn't work for 2 years, but you're a trust fund baby, and you get $10,000 a month, or Native American, because I've done Native Americans where they do $18,000 a month without working, like crazy. They get $18,000 a month because they're in the tribe that owns a casino.
Hey man, you have no idea what their ancestors went through. You got to watch 1883.
You've done those, right? $18,000 a month incomes.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
With a 430 FICO score.
With 430 FICO score,
they buy everything cash. They don't care about the credit.
Everything's based off of income. So if you have income, doesn't mean you have to work. But if you had income, then we can use it off the income. Some people are retired, they're not working. Some people are disabled, they're not working. Some people are trust fund babies, they're not working. Some people are Native American, they're not working. So if you have an income, everything's based off income.
Navy Mom's back in Cali, kicking it.
Kicking it.
Logan, sell my house for $160,000. Would you recommend putting what I receive all down on the next home? I own 100%.
So Logan, if you're going to do that, there's reasons why you would. If you can keep your property tax base, if you're in California, you can keep your property tax base if you meet a certain criteria. But let's say your property tax base is $50,000, you can move it over to your new $1 million house, and you pay very low property taxes as long as you're alive and you're the owner. So there's a reason that you would do that, and I would put all the money if I would in that situation. However, if you're like young and you're 21 years old, I wouldn't sell it. I would start building my real estate portfolio and buy another house and buy another house and buy another house. So it depends on where you are in life and what your goals are long term.
I have a question for you guys, all of you out there. If you got a second job or we're doing a side hustle, now not being conservative, how much per month extra in earnings would change your life?
Team Sanchez, what's up, Team Sanchez?
How much earnings per month would change your life if you got a second job or got like a side hustle or doing something on the side? How much extra per month would change your life? Is it $100 a month? Is it $1,000 per month? How much would really help you?
Is it 10,000?
Is it 10,000?
10,000.
Friend Selena, can you get a home loan with the bank statements?
Yes.
Put in the big down payment? Put in a big loan, she said, actually.
Putting a big loan. Yeah. It's just, so everything is debt to income. Bank statements are actually fairly simple. We take 12 months of bank statements. And then whatever you put in a month, let's just say you put in $50,000 a month. I cut that in half. I use $25,000. It's almost that simple. There's more to it. You need a bigger down payment, but it's a pretty simple program because they're mitigating the risk by increasing the down payment. You're not going to get 3.5% down on a down payment program. You're going to have to go with Alt QM, and that's a down payment and able to do it.
Mm-hmm. Logan, 26 years old in Texas.
26. If you're 26 and you're just building your real estate portfolio, if I could roll back the hands of time to when I was 26, I would have never sold houses. I'd have just kept building them. And I know it's hard to start the second one, but it's easier to start the third one. And it's easier to start the fourth one. And then the fifth one. And before you know it, you've got all these houses that are driving you because you have income streams from everything.
Yeah, you really blew it, man. When you were 26 and Jesus was out there carpentering, building houses, and you weren't doing nothing.
Yes.
Dude, Jesus just surpassed you big time.
Yes.
Big time.
Yes. So if in fact, I have a son who's 24 and I'm telling him he already owns a house. And I tell him, hey, listen, don't sell it. Don't sell it. Rent it out. Buy another one. I know it's hard to get that next house. I know it is. And I know it's scary and it sucks to be a landlord. There's a lot of shit that you got to go through. But 10 years from now, when you have 3 or 4 or 5 powering you, it changes your life.
Wow.
Cool.
cool stuff, man.
Any new ADU financing? There are a lot of banks that are popping up with ADU. This is the new craze in California. There's a lot of banks that are popping up with ADU financing. A lot of them. None of them are great. I don't like any of them. I've seen them. I've dug into them. They even give you these great programs where they say, hey, listen, if we'll give you $40,000. $40,000. That's a nice little carrot they throw in front of you. $40,000 to use towards your ADU. But here's the catch. It has to be at least a $220,000 loan, which is the ADU usually don't want $220,000, man. You're getting to primary residence level. That's at least. And you have to use our guys to do these certain things and these certain things. And before you know it, the $40,000 is no longer a deal. It's just them cashing a paycheck without you knowing it through a sophisticated mechanism. So I'm not a fan of it. I dug into it. I'm actually building ADUs too. And I dig into these things deep. And there's a money grab going with ADUs right now.
Isn't it crazy how government operates so much like the mafia?
Yeah, dude.
So much like
well, I'm
the
telling
mafia.
you, that Dream for All program that's the best scenario to show that. Because the Dream for All program is like, hey, you want a $500,000 house? I'm going to do you a favor. And there may become a time in the future where I need a favor from you. Here's your favor. I'm going to give you $100,000 for your $500,000 house. I'm going to give you $100,000. But here's the catch. That's not your $100,000. It's my $100,000 still. And I want you to treat my $100,000 with respect. How do you treat it with respect? You pay interest on the $100,000. Yeah. And as your house goes up in appreciation, you really respect my $100,000 by participating in the appreciation. And in case it wasn't clear, I get paid before you get paid. Let's do it.
Team Sanchez, what's your opinion on building ADUs locally versus buying rentals out of state? Which is better?
I think you're in California. If I'm not mistaken, you're in San Diego, right? San Diego, I think so.
I think it's coming to Cali.
Okay, so there's a benefit in California. Here's a big benefit, and it's Prop 13. Prop 13 means that once you have a property tax base, Silmar. Okay. So once you have a property tax base, and in California it's like 1.25, the California does not allow you to increase it dramatically. And that property tax base becomes very important when you start building a portfolio. The reason is, like, I was going to buy another house in Texas, and I checked the tax base, and it was 2.4 for the house I was looking at. 2.4. That's crazy tax base. And the taxes, if you run it through, it's like $700 a month on that particular property. But if I use that same money and I buy in California, the tax base is 1.25, which is only $300 a month. So if you're doing it for a profit situation, that becomes very important. So ADUs are a very unique situation. And ADUs, if you can get it built cheaply, and I'm looking for these people constantly, but everybody's trying to take their pound of flesh. But I think you can build an ADU for $100,000. I think you can, but the contractors get involved, and once you get the politics involved, they'll take it to $200,000. So they all can cash a lot of checks. So ADU, I think, and most places have a caveat on an ADU. They don't want it to become an Airbnb. They say you can build this, but you cannot rent it for less than 30 days. I think that's the caveat. So I'm working on it. I'm actually literally building an ADU right now. I have a rental in Hesperia. I'm building an ADU right now, and I'm finding the politics are crazy. But I'm doing it owner build, which if you go with a contractor, the contractor says, hey, yes, I will build this for you. Here's my $50,000. Now let's start charging you. Oh, by the way, on top of this, I'm going to make some more along the way, because I'm going to get a kickback from the concrete guy and the framing guy and the roofing guy and the electrical guy and everybody else guy. I'm going to get a kickback of some sort through that process. So there's a way to build things, and I haven't done it this way. It's called cost plus, which means you say, hey, Mr. Contractor, I'm going to pay you $10,000. And then after I pay you, you don't make any profit off anybody else. I haven't seen that in a while, but that's kind of the way. But you can do owner builder, and the people that approve it all, they're kind of understanding that you don't know how to be a contractor, and they work with you on it. So I'm in the process of doing it to build my portfolio. So anyway, yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot there, right? There's a lot there,
Very
yeah.
cool stuff.
Okay.
So when you're by yourself and you have your thoughts, what's a common thought that's popping into your brain lately? I have one. That's why I'm asking.
For some reason, the grid's going to go down.
That's been entering my brain a lot.
The
A lot.
They're throwing that stuff on social media a lot. Hey, the grid's about to go down. Hey, have you seen this movie where the grid goes down? And then all of a sudden, everybody, the grid goes down. Did you prep? Did you prep? You know how long it'll be before the whole society breaks down into mayhem?
So one of the coolest things that I have right now for that, and it's actually for functional house use, but I can use it for prepping, is the Battery Daddy. So if you go to Costco, it costs like $15. It's an organizer for your batteries. If you fill it up, it's going to cost you like $200 in batteries. But it has all the varieties. It's full. You just buy a little bit at a time to maintain it. And if anything pops off, grab that thing and some flashlights, and you're gone. And a gun.
You just learned about the Battery Daddy?
No, I'm just sharing.
I was going to say, I've had the Battery Daddy for 10 years, man.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. It's one of the quick reaches in
But
my
it's not a prepper thing, but it is.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah.
And I think it's a very helpful way to kind of get yourself situated without having to think about it a lot.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
If you're into the ADU thing, I really think that that's a market that's going to be huge. And the ADU thing, if you can find a way to build them cheap, there's some guys on the internet who says, hey, I built it for, go to YouTube, and you say ADU cheap, and there's a guy who was an owner builder in Los Angeles, right out of Los Angeles County, and I think he built his ADU for 120 grand, and he shows you step by step, and he shows you every cost, and it's like a 2-hour video, but it's very interesting. Very interesting. Now, I'll tell you this. Like I said, I'm building an ADU in Hesperia, and there's this weird thing that says if it's above 684 feet of the ADU, you have to pay us a $15,000 impact fee. And I said, whoa. Now, you have to pay the engineer or the architect in order to draw it up. What do you call those guys? Architect? No.
Engineer?
No, the guy who draws it up.
Architect.
No, okay, just go with architect. So you have to pay the architect anyway. So I paid this guy $5 grand and to build my ADU, and I said, here's what I wanted to do. I need you to build it below 684 square feet. So it could be 682 if you want. 682. It might be 750. I think it's 684. And it just comes to my head right now.
LA.
But and I said, all right, so build the plans so that it's less than 684 square feet. So they did. They built it so that it's this. And I said, and when you build it, I want it to be very easy to expand a bedroom and a bathroom. Very easy. So they built it so that I can expand, but I'm not expanding upon the initial build. I will try and expand later from a 2-bedroom, 1-bath to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath because I can get more money in rental. But in order to do this, and this is the politics I'm talking about, if I would have gone 10 more square feet, it would have costed me $15,000 right off the top, $15,800. And I'm sitting there going, this is crazy. This is straight crazy. And you have to be able to understand it, think it through, and then have the money for it because you need money to do this stuff. There's money. And I'm actually looking for a group of people that does this. So owner builders, not contractors, unless you're a contractor who's like willing to get in it and figure it out and do things for business purposes, but not trying to make money off the guys that are in this little group. So I'm trying to build a group of people that want to build ADUs because there's a lot of us guys out there that I'll pour the concrete if I had to, but I'd rather not. I'll pay somebody. And just like I don't know how to build design, so they do this CAD thing, this program, and I paid the guy. He built it. The city came back, said, hey, this is red line. I sent it back to the guy. He fixed it. And that's where we're kind of adding it. And then you have to do all of these different things. But I'm looking for people that want to do this because I think there's a lot of money in ADUs if you can get the contractors out and the politics out.
All right. So any of you guys want to put together a group, make sure you send Lee an email on ADUs and see how we can do this. You ready to go, dude?
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, you know what? We appreciate you guys. We're going to try and get you a house in 2024, or even an ADU in this case. So we're going to try and get you a house in 2024. We've been Chris and Lee. We appreciate you. We'll be back.
Cheers.